Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College as we get ready for game number 2 between Columbia State Lady Chargers and the home team, the Lady Pioneers of Volunteer State. Let's get to the Toyota Gallatin starting lineups quickly as the coaches and the umpires finish their meeting. Jaylee Warren will play right field leading off for Columbia State. Madison Errol, the DP, hits second. Jadis Parrish at first base, batting third. Jacqueline Luke behind the plate. Hitting cleanup, Abby Brown at second base, batting fifth. Bella Birdsong in center field, hits sixth. Micah Price at third base, bats seventh. The left fielder will hit eighth. That's Chloe West. Reagan Burleson batting ninth and playing shortstop and in the circle for Columbia State. Tina Juarez from Wetumpka, Alabama. She is on for her 18th appearance of the year. It'll be her 13th start, a 1-7 record, a 7.27 ERA. And this is how the Lady Pioneers will line up defensively. Out left field, Caitlin Dillard. In center, Katie Robinson. Shelby Green back out in right field. Carly Costley at third, Amaya Collier at short, Michaela Fuqua at second. Erica Abbott gets the start at first base, and behind the plate, throwing the slider down to second base, the lefty Anna Harrison. And in the circle, Cheris Nichols back out there. She went 5 innings, and Christian Lynn telling me, I think he said she only threw 33 pitches in that first game, which is amazing for 5 innings of work. As we are about set here for game number 2. We need to turn the music down here. It's over here. Somebody's got a phone up here. Find the phone. Scrambling. Get the music off as the first pitch in there at 2:33 Central Time. Swing and a miss by Jaylee Warren. Game time temperature 63 degrees. Wind blowing from center field out to right. Warren 1 for 2 in game 1. Grounds 1 to second. Fuqua gloves, throws over to Abbott for out number 1. Nichols gave up only 3 hits in game 1. No runs. No walks, 1 strikeout. Madison Errol stands in. She fouls the first pitch she sees off to the left. Errol from Murfreesboro Riverdale High School. She's a freshman. She was 0 for 2. Had 2 flyouts to the center fielder in game 1. Tapper foul. And Nichols ahead in the count 0-2. Wind showing between 12 and 19 miles an hour. Only had 1 home run in game 1. It was the grand slam by Amaya Collier that went out to right field. That's a lace. That's going to get over the head. And at the base of the fence, Madison Errol is going to get into second base, throw airmailed over the second base bag. What a 1-out double for Arel, A-R-E-L. Line drive right at Katie Robinson, the center fielder. Jadis Parrish stands in. Swing and a miss came out of the glove of Harrison. Pollen getting to me today. Parrish, a freshman from Cookville, looks at the ball outside. She was 0 for 2 in game 1. Jeremy Pittman, our home plate umpire. Ken Cato out on the bases. That's a pop up to Collier at shortstop. Again, off the end of the bat. That's 2 outs here in the top of the first. Jacqueline Luke, the catcher, steps to the plate from Fairview, Tennessee, another freshman. She was 0 for 2 in game 1. Swing and a miss. Trying to think if there's any left-handed hitters for Columbia State. Don't recall one. Ball State won game 1 10-0. 10 runs, 13 hits. No errors. They left 5 runners on base. Columbia State, no runs, 3 hits. They had 1 error. Pitch in there for a called strike. They left the 3 hits on base. Ball State got their scoring in the first and the second. Scored 3 in the first, 7 in the second. Cruised to a 10-0 win. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maya Collier extended her hitting streak to 15 games. And in those 15 games, hitting .639. 37 for 58. Popped up on the right side. Abbott looks up and she can't see it. Sunshine right in her face. It falls into foul territory, and Jacqueline Luke gets another life. Game 1 took an hour and 4 minutes. 4.5 innings. Cheris Nichols pitched the complete game. Another foul pop up off to the right side. Nichols, a freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Business major, daughter of Curtis and Malay Nichols. Luke hanging tough. Fouls another pitch off. Jaylee Warren started with a ground out to second. Madison Errol hit a laser to center field, hit right at the base of the fence for a double. Pop out by Parrish to short. Brings us to Jacqueline Luke with a 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs. There's a deep fly ball at the left center field, but Robinson over, and she's going to make the catch for out number 3. Just like in game 1, in the top of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the first. Give you the Toyota of Gallatin batting lineup for Vol State. Michaela Fuqua leads off. She plays second base. Eric Abbott at first, batting second. Amaya Collier will hit third, and she plays shortstop. Lydia Kirby is the DP in game 2. She's the cleanup hitter. Shelby Green batting fifth, playing right field. Carly Costley at third base, batting sixth. Left fielder is Caitlin Dillard. She hits seventh. Katie Robinson in center field, batting eighth. And the number 9 hole hitter, Anna Harrison, behind the plate, catching Cheris Nichols. Game 1, Collier went 3 for 3, and the grand slam home run, 4 RBIs. That brings Amaya Collier now to 75. She came in second in the conference to her teammate Lydia Kirby, who bats right behind her. Kirby picked up a couple RBIs. She now has 81. Last year, she finished the year with 103 RBIs, which was second in the country. That and her 16 home runs earned her the TCCAA Player of the Year last year. This year, it's going to be tough to pick between the two of them. Elena Ross for Walter State, having an excellent year as well, comes in hitting .455. She has 54 RBIs and 18 home runs. As Michaela Fuqua looks at a ball outside. Fuqua Fuqua 1 for 3 in game one, scored a run. Now looking at a 2-ball, no strike count from Tina Juarez. Fuqua has had a hitting streak of 8 games this year. Currently now at 2. 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike. On deck, Erica Abbott. Fuqua pops one foul down the left field line. Kalo, a second-team all-conference selection for Vol State. She and Caitlin Davis, freshman pitcher, who is redshirting this year. Second-team all-conference. Vol State had 4 on the first team. Just missed outside, and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. To the sophomore from Decatur, Alabama, Lydia Kirby, only freshman for Vol State on the first team. Another full count first pitch foul ball. She was joined by Corey Harris, the shortstop, Katie Davis, the left fielder, and Bailey Osbrooks, the catcher for Vol State last year on the first team all-conference team. Corey Harris now at Campbellsville University. Another foul ball off the left side. Katie Davis playing at the University of Northern Alabama. Or probably North Alabama, University of North Alabama. Full count pitch is high, ball 4. And the conference leader in that category takes first base. Brings up Erica Abbott. Abbott 2 for 3, scored twice in game one. Throw down to second as Fuqua is in there head first. Safely pitch called a strike, I guess. That's what's on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. I thought it was a little bit high, but squaring around a bunt, pulling it back is Abbott. Now goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Fuqua did not get a stolen base in game one. I errantly said that she did and then corrected it after Erica Abbott was standing at second base. A bunt laid down, it rolls foul. That is now 62 stolen bases in 63 attempts for the Division I JUCO leader in that category, Michaela Fuqua. She led all of the lands last year with 82 stolen bases. Was only caught twice last year as well. Vol State led the country in stolen bases with 285. Her and Corey Harris, a dynamic duo, 82 and 72, respectively. Ground ball to the right side. That'll get the runner over to third. Abbott is retired on a ground out. And now Fuqua at third as Maya Collier stands in. Collier from Russellville, Kentucky. Transfer from University of Central Arkansas. She was 3 for 3 in game one with a grand slam. Takes a healthy cut there, comes up empty. Majoring in business and finance, the daughter of Reggie Collier. Waits back on that one, just gets under it for foul ball straight back. Russellville High School. Russellville, Kentucky, 5'8", sophomore after the year at University of Central Arkansas. Popped up on the right side And that's going to drop Abby Brown out. I'm not sure if she was waiting to see if Jaylee Warren was going to come in, and that'll be an RBI single. And the Framework Athletics first run of the game driven in by who else? Amaya Collier. Now a 16-game hitting streak. She gets the bloop single into right field. First hit of the game for the Lady Pioneers. A walk, a stolen base, a ground out, and a bloop single. It's Vol State on the board. Now Lydia Kirby. She's going to drop one over the first baseman. Gloved by Brown. She can't come up with it. Over to third base goes Collier. Kirby's going to go to second on the throw. Now runners at second and third. Another bloop single to the right side. Shelby Green got a couple opportunities for RBIs. Stand in back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Sporting Goods store in Nashville. Check swing foul ball. Shelby had a sacrifice fly and a base hit and a run scored and an RBI. She hit about all the categories on the box score. 1 for 1. Called strike at the hollow of the knees for 0-2 count. Luke will go out and have a chat with Juarez. Maybe about sign stealing by Lydia Kirby out in second base. Alyssa Costley is the first base coach for Vol State. She's the assistant coach, pitching coach. Christian Lynn in his second year at the helm. The Lady Pioneers down at third. That one's lifted. Hit off the fence by the Vol State bullpen. Count remains 0-2. Green, a sophomore from Milan, Tennessee. Daughter of Todd and Janet. Sister to Cameron and the granddaughter of Granddad and Gigi in Trenton, Tennessee. And Kay in Milan. A sonography major here at Vol State. 2 on, 1 out. Ball 2 outside. Lady Pioneers travel to Southwest Tennessee on Friday to complete the 4-game set with the Lady Salukis. Then back home next Monday to go out of conference. Drilled into right field. That's a base hit. Backhanded by Warren. Nice play to keep that one from going all the way to the fence, but a 2-run single for Shelby Green. Is Vol State the 3-0 lead in the top of the first. Vol State scored 3 in the top of the first, or bottom of the first in game 1. That's back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Now Carly Costley stands in, left-handed hitter. She smokes one by the third baseman. Micah Price, put some equipment on. You're going to come in that close. It is back-to-back-to-back-to-back hits. Brought to you by Hit After Hit After Hit After Hit. It is a tough spot to be in. You got a slapper at the plate like Caitlin Dillard. Yet you have to play up just in case they're going to bunt. Instead, they whistle one right by your ear. That's why they wear those masks there. Kind of surprised they don't have softball shin guards on at least. Talk about getting some shin burgers. Dillard with one out. She's going to line one foul. Is that curled? See, in golf, that would be a fade, I think. Used to be a golfer. I wasn't a good enough golfer to be able to turn the ball at all or fade it or draw it. And I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. 1-1 count to Caitlin Dillard. Lifts one foul and out of play. Dillard, the daughter of Scott and Carrie Dillard, up in Greenbrier, Tennessee, up in Robertson County. Her grandparents, Joe and Peggy Brown. She calls them Granddaddy and Granby. They're here down from Greenbrier. Caitlin 0 for 2 in game one. It's one to the backhand to shortstop, and she's going to get a base hit, and the bases are loaded. That is now 5 straight hits for Vol State. They had a stretch of 7 straight hits in the second inning of game one. Shelby Green, Carly Costley, and Caitlin Dillard on base for Katie Robinson. Robinson had a triple in game one. Looks at ball one low. This single streak started with Amaya Collier. Lydia Kirby, Shelby Green, Carly Costley, and Caitlin Dillard. Followed on the singles train. Now Robinson, who had a couple of hits in 2 plate appearances, drove in 2 runs and scored 1. Trying to put some more runs on the board for Vol State. Now 3-0 from Juarez to Robinson. Another freshman. She takes a 3-0 right down the can for a called strike. Murfreesboro Blackman High School. Getting a degree in diagnostic medical sonography. Takes another strike. Well, the full count, Ministries full count with Anna Harrison waiting patiently in the on-deck area. 1 out, bases are jammed. Ball 4, and there's going to be an easy RBI for Robinson. She draws the second walk of the inning. Shelby Green comes across the plate. Everybody else moves up 60 feet. 4 runs now. Should be up on that Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. It's not there yet. Anna Harrison stands in. Fouls the first pitch she sees off to the left and out of play. Anna 1 for 1. She singled and walked in game 1. From Savannah, Tennessee, Hardin County High School, daughter of Todd and Jennifer Harrison. There's a strike called at the knees. Harrison down in the count 0-2. Couple sets of grandparents in Savannah and 1 set in Shiloh, Tennessee. 0-2 pitch coming from Juarez. Top of the order on deck. Fly out to center field over as Birdsong. She makes a catch, tagging at third and at second. And they're going to get a double play. The run should score here. I don't see the umpire turning around and pointing and saying that the run scored. But a sac fly should get the 5th run in. But a double play on a fly out, throw him out, as Dillard got a little bit greedy. She is thrown out 8-5 for out number 3. Ball State sends 9 to the plate. 5 runs on 5 hits. No errors. And 1 runner was left on base. Head to the top of the second, 5-0. Vol State leads. Head to the top of the second. Thanks for joining me on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. Big thanks to Chief Engineer here at Vol State, A.J. Fawson, for his help to get these broadcasts on the YouTube channel for Vol State. Dr. T, Dr. Wendy Tossenson, for her support of athletics here at Vol State as well. First pitch delivered by Charis Nichols in there for a called strike to Abby Brown, the second baseman. Abby Brown, Bella Birdsong, and Micah Price due up here in the top of the second. It is a line drive caught in foul territory by Carly Costley. She's playing a step in fair territory. Don't see that very often. Definitely don't see it in baseball. Probably never in front of the base. Bella Birdsong stands in, the center fielder. There's a strike right down the can. Bella was 0 for 2. Line out and a pop out to the shortstop both times. She came up. Birdsong from Lester, Alabama. She's a freshman. Pops this one up. Might be playable for Harrison right in front of us. And she makes the catch for out number 2. Nice play there by Anna Harrison. Didn't even take the mask off. That is not normal. Normally, a catcher will take that mask off. Micah Price hits one down the left field line. It'll go foul and off the top of the fence. Carry over for strike one. Price, a freshman from Murfreesboro Siegel High School. I believe they're the Siegel Stars, what they're called. 1 for 2 in game one. She had a double in 2 trips to the plate. Also a ground out to third. And she gets another base hit. Smashes that one in the 5.5 hole. For a 2-out base hit. Chloe West, the left fielder, stands in. Chloe from Unionville, Tennessee. She's a sophomore. She was 1 for 2 in game one. Unionville, I believe, is over in East Tennessee. That's what I looked up. I think that's the town I looked up. Two balls, no strikes to West with Reagan Burleson on deck. Two-0 pitch is high. Nichols did not walk a batter in game one. Called strike. Unionville's in Bedford County. Just south of a line between Columbia, Tennessee and Murfreesboro. Stroke down the right field line. It'll get out of play. Full count, Ministries full count. Bedford County, the county seat is Shelbyville. I'm not even from the south, but I've got the bumper sticker that said I got here as quick as I could. And I learned really quickly, working for the state of Tennessee right out of college, that Shelbyville is not Shelbyville. There's the first walk of the day by Charis Nichols. And runners now, for the first time for Columbia State, 2 runners on. It is called, almost sounds like Shovelville. Shovel. Reagan Burleson, number 9 hole hitter, smashes one to center field. Back goes Robinson, has to make the catch on the run. Well hit ball by Reagan Burleson, the freshman from Summertown. She is retired on the line out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2. Lady Chargers left on base. 5-0, Vol State leads. You are listening and watching the Lady Pioneers on Vol State Sports Network. Top of the order for the Lady Pioneers here in the bottom of the second. Michaela Fuqua, Erica Abbott, and Amaya Collier to face Tina Juarez. Fuqua walked to lead off the home half of the first, draws ball 1. The first pitch she sees in the second. Fuqua came into the day hitting .418. She needs another hit right here for that average to go up. She was 1 for 3 in game 1. Second on her club in hitting. Takes that slider inside for ball 2. Maya Collier at this point in time does not have enough plate appearances to qualify in the batting average race. She should, if she stays healthy, get enough by the end of the year. Ground ball up the middle, that's going to sneak on through for a base hit. The infield drawn in. Fuqua placed that one down on the ground. And there she is now hitting over .418. Been on base both times she's come up. Abbott grounded out in the first. She's looking for a knock. From Summertown, Tennessee, taking off on the first pitch is Fuqua. She picks up another stolen base. Now 63 on the year. This is her 48th game. Square around a bunt is Abbott. No chance to get her. They don't even throw it. Center fielder will come in to cover second base. Runners now at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Stephen Dodson and Columbia State folks probably know Bill Marbett. He's a legend. One of the owners of Game Time Sports Field. Matter of fact, the maintenance shed down there at the Columbia State Baseball and Softball Complex, named the Bill Marbett Maintenance Shed, I guess is what it's called, as Abbott gets a stolen base. It's her third of the day, I believe it is. She had 2 in game 1. It's now 31 for Erica. Collier lifts one high and deep to right field over is Jaylee Warren. She's not going to get to that one. It's going to hit right in front of the warning track. Collier is being waved home. The throw is not in time. That's an inside the park 3-run homer for Amaya Collier. Throw led Jacqueline Luke up the line. Give Collier her second home run of the day. That is 18 on the season. 3 more RBIs Clears the bases in front of Lydia Kirby. Batting now with nobody on and nobody out. Called strike on the outside corner. Kirby has a single and a run scored. Takes a changeup for a called strike. Kirby comes in with 11 home runs. She had 79 RBIs. She has 81 now. Had 2 in game 1. So she still leads. But Collier is on her heels. Not sure if Elena Ross will have to check to see if Walter State is playing today. That ball's hit high and deep to left field. That will hit and one hop to the wall. Hit that one right into the wind. That's a do-dat double off the bat of Lydia Kirby. 4 straight hits here in the second inning. Back to back to back to back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Kirby 2 for 2. Shelby Green, 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, stands in. See if Shelby can get a pitch to yank, get a called strike there. Last year, Green hit .345. She had 5 home runs, 26 RBIs in her freshman campaign, played in 54 of the 63 games. On deck is Carly Costley, still nobody out. In the bottom of the second, Vol State with 5 in the first, 3 so far here in the second on the inside the park home run by Collier. There was a pitch right there for Shelby to turn on. She decided not to. Wind is blowing out from center to right, so basically from the center field fence to the right field fair pole. So going to left field. Getting it in the air, not the way to go, especially Oppo. She hits one high and deep to center field. Back goes Birdsong. She makes the catch on the warning track. Tagging from second is Kirby. She moves up 60 feet on out number 1. So productive out by Green, but again, she hit that kind of into the back molars, not the front teeth of the wind. Wind definitely knocked that one down. Carly Costley stands in, takes the first pitch low and in the dirt. She singled to left, drilled one right by Micah Price, who was playing well in, anticipating a bunt. Costley hits another one to Price. Throws on to first for 1 to throw home. It does not get Kirby. And RBI ground out. It's the 9th run of the ball game on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard for Vol State. And Caitlin Dillard, who's 1 for 1, gets a shot. Left-handed left fielder. Takes ball 1. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Both first and third base are charging. Walter State is not playing today. Tapper to third. That will be picked up in foul territory. Cal moves to 2 balls and a strike. Walter State will host Roane State tomorrow. Check that. Oh, that is right. Now, did they change the Jackson State? Something's showing. Little check swing, fly out to center field. Have to check something on the schedule. It shows that Vol State is going to Jackson tomorrow. I don't have that on the schedule that I have, but go to the online one to find out. Ball State scores 3, make it 4 in the second to take a 9-0 lead. There were 4 straight hits in that one, 9 total hits now. And lead 9-0 after 2. Take a quick break, be right back with the top of the third. And the online schedule does show Vol State will travel tomorrow to Jackson State, take on the Lady Green Jays. And then back home Thursday, and then back down I-40 to take on Southwest Tennessee. So they have 4 games to play with Jackson State. The games with Jackson State in Jackson originally scheduled for April 2nd. Those were apparently rained out due to the storms that were in here in the beginning of April. As we have a new pitcher in the circle, Laura Walker, former Lady Bobcat. She sends one in there with some heat on it for a called strike. Pitching to the top of the order, Jaylee Warren. Go ahead and count 1 ball, 2 strikes. J doesn't work. You got to hit an S or a K to make a strike pop up on that scorebook. There is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout looking for out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. Charis Nichols goes 2 innings here in game 2. Gives up 2 hits, no runs. Walked 1, did not strike out a batter. Madison Errol stands in. She doubled into left center field. And goes the opposite way, backhanded by Abbott. Nice play by Erica. She steps on the base for out number 2. 3 unassisted if you're scoring from home. If you are, send me an email to treesports@gmail.com. I need to know that information. Because even me, being a book nerd, scorekeeping nerd, I don't score at home anymore. Jadis Parrish steps in gingerly as that pitch moves her off the plate. Walker on for her 21st appearance of the year. It's her 10th in relief. It's a swinging foul ball from Parrish. Another one of the freshmen on this squad. I think they only have 2 sophomores. Abby Brown and Chloe West, both from Unionville. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Walker, a 3.88 ERA, 61 in the 3rd innings coming in today. 71 hits, 42 runs. 34 of those are earned. 14 walks, 58 strikeouts, and she gets a pop-up here in the infield. Michaela Fuqua is going to come on as the wind blows that one over toward the first base line. And there's a 1-2-3 inning for Laura Walker. So let's see if I can get the, in case you're wondering, you can go to VolStatePioneers.com and find the up-to-date schedule. But you folks probably are way ahead of me, and you're probably sitting there at home and saying, what are you talking about? They're playing tomorrow. They're going to Jackson State. They are. The Lady Pioneers, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't have a broadcast. They might have a game changer. I don't know that much about softball's broadcasts and live streams at all. They don't have a baseball broadcast. I know that. So maybe they'll have game changer. Maybe Christian Lynn takes his game changer to even away games so that you can watch that. I might have to dial in myself tomorrow. Baseball is off. Baseball team will take on the number 4 team in the country, as I understand it, Walter State now, on Thursday and Friday. Single game Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time now, and doubleheader beginning Friday at noon Central Time. Ball State with some pinch hitters here in the 3rd to face Christina, call me Tina, Juarez. Kendra McNeil had an at-bat in game 1. Gets another one here. She grounded out the second, was 0 for 1. She looks at ball 1. Batting for Katie Robinson. That's off the end of the bat, but it's going to get out to left center field and drop in there for a base hit. McNeil picks up the 10th hit of the game for Vol State. And Harrison flew out to center field. There's a ground ball base hit right up the middle. Harrison gets into the hit parade. Runners now at 1st and 2nd. Back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Lynn Pilkington getting some advertising today, located down near the airport. I've been to the back of the facility a couple times to pick up some stuff for Jim McGuire, as that is bunted down the 3rd base line, and it is a perfect bunt. And that loads the bases. Michaela Fuqua now 2 for 2. Back-to-back-to-back hits brought to you by Hit After Hit. Erica Abbott will step in. She's 1 for 2. She looks at a called strike. With the bases juiced, nobody out. She laid down a bunt after Fuqua had stolen second. Pitch misses inside. She nearly walked into it. Erica Abbott, one sweet young lady from Summertown High School, accounting major last time I checked. There's a strike called at the knees on the outside corner. Now moves to 1-2. Daughter of Dwayne and Melody Abbott, sister to Austin and Ben. Hello to Mamo in Summertown and Nanny in Etheridge as she fouls that one off the screen. Heads up, Erica. It came back and conked her on the helmet. Abbott played in 56 games a year ago, hit .320, It's went out to left center field. I don't think that's going to be caught. It's going to drop in the green. One run will score. The throw to third base to try to get the force is knocked away. Will drop for a base hit and an RBI. Makes the score 10-0. RBI for Erica Abbott brings up Amaya hotter than a pistol Collier. Timeout is head coach Sam King. Samantha King is her name, goes by Sam. Second year head coach at Columbia State. She's assisted by Abby Sgro, S-G-R-O. Not sure how many years Abby Sgro has been with Sam, but Katie Willingham, the athletic director for Columbia State, brought Sam King in. Katie Willingham, a former coach herself. Collier, 2 for 2 in this game. Takes a healthy cut there. Hit a 3-run inside the park home run in her last at-bat. She had an RBI single in the first. She's 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. She's looking to score some more right here. Grounds one foul on the changeup. Down in the count now 0-2. Trying to keep up with all the RBI. She has 8 on the day. It gives her 79, which is what Lydia Kirby came in with. That pitch misses just high and away. On deck is Kirby. She's probably saying, Amaya, leave some RBIs for me. 1-2 pitch. Down low. Anybody brave enough to send an email yet? There is not. treesports@gmail.com. I promise I won't bite. 2-2 pitch fouled off the screen. Savannah Banana Ball. Maybe Collier would have been out as Jacqueline Luke caught that one off the screen. Two-two pitch. Off the end of the bat to right field. That's going to get to the fence in right field and score a couple. Collier is going to cruise into second base with a 2-run double. Ball State leads 12-0. We heard 2 more RBIs. That's 6 for this game, and she's now a triple shy of the cycle. Jaylee Warren was playing deep already, and it still got over her head. It didn't sound like she got all of it. Erica Abbott now at third base as Harrison and Fuqua came in to score. And now Kirby. It's one high out to right center field, deep, and that ball will leave the yard. Lydia Kirby picks up 3 more RBIs. And her 12th home run of the year. She get that one up into the jet stream there a little bit. And that scores Abbott and Collier. Ball State leads 15. Make sure I've got mine right. Oh, got one too many up there. It's 14. No, it isn't. It's 15. I didn't get Lydia's. Up there. That's 6 as Kylie Maldonado is hitting for Shelby Green. Check to see. I think that's It's either 2-0 or 1-1. Maldonado got an at-bat in game one. Two-one pitch, grounded back to the pitcher. Juarez throws over to first for out number one. And now Willow Carden will pinch hit for Carly Costley. Now they got 6 runs in the third up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. First 6 who came to the plate have all scored for Vol State here in the inning. Change up at the letters for called strike. Willow walked in the first game, her only at-bat. Now a 2-1 count. Card from Manchester, Tennessee. That's Coffee County High School. Caitlin Davis from there. Smashed, fouled on the third base line. On deck, Kirsten Smith to hit for Caitlin Dillard. Two-two pitch. Ball out to center field. Back goes Bella Birdsong right at the track. She hauls that one in for out number 2. Last 2 have been retired by Tina Juarez. After the first 6 collected hits. Singles by Kendra McNeil, Anna Harrison, Michaela Fuqua, and Erica Abbott before Maya Collier doubled over the head of the right fielder. And Lydia Kirby hit a 3-run home run. She's now 3 for 3. She's also a triple away from the cycle. Kirsten Smith gets her second at-bat of the day. Kirsten grounded into a fielder's choice. Worked with Kirsten on a couple of the basketball broadcasts. Put the headset on her, I think, the first time. She told me that she didn't know that much about basketball. So then I think she handled sound and maybe did some producing, as she now has a 3-ball, no-strike count. I think, if I recall right, Greg and Kathleen Smith, her parents, maybe Kathleen, said that she ought to know more about basketball because her mom and dad are both basketball officials. She draws the walk. Now the Lady Pioneers have batted around. It is walk number 3 by Tina Juarez. And Kendra McNeil gets her second at-bat of the inning. Led this rally off with a single out in the right center field. She strokes one down to the left side, and that drops in there fair. Kirsten Smith's going to try to move over to third, and the tag is late. Chloe West had a little trouble getting that one off the turf. That'll be a single. And McNeil moves to second on the throw, but Smith moves to third on an error by the left fielder on my score sheet. Don't know that the official scorer will note that error, but I like to be accurate. McNeil, 2 for 2 in the inning. Now, we have a pinch hitter for Anna Harrison. Addie Knoll will get another at-bat today. Popped out to the shortstop in game 1. looks at a called strike. She bats with 2 on and 2 out. The former Liberty Creek Lady Wolf, nursing major here at Vol State. Off the end of the bat, it is caught by Abby Brown for out number 3. Vol State sends 11 to the plate. Scores 2, 4, 6 runs. All of them are earned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. That's now 16 hits for the game. 1 error in the inning. 2 runners left on base. 15-0 Vol State leads after winning game 1 10-0. We'll go into the top of the 4th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube. Defensive changes for the Lady Pioneers. Addie Knoll now behind the plate. Kylie Maldonado out in right field. Katie Robinson still in center. Kirsten Smith in left. Willow Carden at third. Avery Wright at second base. Amaya Caillou is still at shortstop, and Lydia Kirby is at first base. Laura Walker out for her second inning of work. She'll face 4, 5, and 6 in the Columbia State lineup. Delivers a pitch just inside to Jacqueline Luke. Luke flew out to center field to end the first. 5 hits on the day for Columbia State. That one's popped up and out of play. State is not allowed a run to Columbia State this year. A 6-inning, 10-0 win in game 1 at Columbia State this past week. And then a 5-inning, 20-0 victory in game 2. And then game 1 here today was a 4.5-inning, 10-0 victory for Vol State. Right now, 15-0. Is the score. A fastball up, and the count goes 3 balls and a strike. Walker set down the only 3 she faced in the third, a strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. On in relief of Cheris Nichols. And there's a strike on the inside corner. Will the full count Ministries full count. Nichols 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk. Did not strike out a batter. There's a smash that's going to get right through the wickets of Willow Carden. That ball is hit hard. They do not have hits or errors up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Runner reaches first base. Again, I'm not the official scorer, but it went right through the wickets. She got part of a glove on it, but my score sheet, I'll show that as an E5. Game changer, or I guess each team, I'm understanding in softball, each team scores their own game. So you might have a pitcher for one team. It says that they gave up 8 hits, as this happened in the Chattanooga State doubleheader Sunday. It's the first pitch in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss. Abby Brown now down in the count 0-2. She lined out to the third baseman. Foul territory. That was Carly Costley that made that catch. But Chattanooga State, their pitcher showed is giving up 8 hits. But on Vol State's offensive side, it said that they had 11. So a difference of 3 different plays as to whether or not it was a hit or an error, or honestly, there was one that I didn't understand. I did kind of go back and look, compare it to my score sheet just to see how the different teams score those. But it is very different. Baseball, you don't have that. You might occasionally have that issue happen, but normally one team is the official scorer, and when they put it in there, if the opposing coach has an issue, they'll talk it out. Foul ball as Brown is staying in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that, on my score sheet, shows an error. I have no idea what the game changer. Slowly hit ground ball to second. Avery Wright will go over to Collier for 1. And that's all they can get as Brown reaches on the fielder's choice. Nice side flip by Avery Wright for out number 1. Avery Wright's from Arlington, Tennessee. Went to Arlington High School. She's a freshman. First pitch into Bella Birdsong, called strike. She is a speech language pathology major, daughter of Chris and Carrie Wright. Sister to Olivia and Madison. I don't have her grandparents' information either, so if you are part of the Avery Wright family, that's popped up over toward Avery Wright, she's going to make the catch for out number 2. You want to send me an email at treesports@gmail.com. I know it's the end of the season, but if I have the information, I will give the shout out, just like Joe Brown did, the grandfather of Caitlin Dillard. Talked to them before the game, and they had some nice comments about the broadcast, which I always appreciate, and hope that not everybody's watching the broadcast and turning the volume down. I have done that as Micah Price squares around a bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a healthy hack, but comes up empty. 1 for 1 in this game. She's 2 for 3 on the day. Double in 2 trips to the plate in game 1. And a single to left in the second in this game. Fouls that one off to the right, down in the count 0-2. Is the freshman from Murfreesboro Siegel High School. I like to find out what the players call their grandparents. I don't necessarily need your first name. If you want to give it to me, that's fine. But as a grandfather, if it was my grandchild, I'd like people to know. And he has a ZZ and a grandpa in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So little Reese Snapka, who's 7 years old, playing some baseball down in Caledonia, Mississippi. That ball's hit out the left field. Kirsten Smith over toward the line. She makes the catch in foul territory. Kirsten Smith, the granddaughter of Grandma in Louisville and Grandma in Corden, Indiana, makes the catch for out number 3 to end the top of the 4th. That just sounds better than to say Bob and Lucy Smith, to me, anyway. No runs, no hits, one error, and 1 runner left on base. We are through 3.5. This could be and should be the last time that the Lady Pioneers come to the plate. In the bottom of the 4th, they lead 15-0 over the Columbia State Lady Chargers, who are missing at least 2 of their players. One of their most used pitcher, Samantha Staggs, not on the lineup card to be used at all. Did not ask about her. Hadn't heard about her, but I know Jayla Davenport, their best hitter, got hurt, and she is here. See, the young lady is in a sling. She was hitting .465 when she went out injured. Had 40 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, but getting on base at a .549 clip. To the top of the order for Vol State. And that means Michaela Fuqua face Tina Juarez. His home plate umpire Jeremy Pittman waits for first base coach Alyssa Costley to turn around. She was walking down to the first base coach's box. Ball one to Fuqua, who's 2 for 2, been on base all 3 times she's come to the plate. She's also scored 3 runs. Lets that pitch go right across the plate for strike 1. Tina Juarez gone all the way here in game 2. Lifted out to center field. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy for Bella Birdsong. Out number 1. First time that Vol State has been retired, or the leadoff batter has been retired. Might be, no, it's not. First time in this game. And Eric Abbott is going to be taken down for a pinch hitter. This is Avery Wright going to get her first at bat of the day. She looks at a called strike. Wright playing in her 11th game of the year. 1 hit on the season. How about make it number 2 right here? That gets in there for a called strike. Outside. One hit in 8 official at-bats. She's also walked once, been hit twice. 2-2 count. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball is short. Glove stays down by Reagan Burleson, and she throws over to Jadis Parrish for out number 2. As Wright is retired. Avery from Arlington, Tennessee. And Amaya Collier will get her 4th at-bat. Come to the plate for the first time, I believe, today without anybody on base. But she's in scoring position when she steps into batter's box. She hits a ground ball in the hole. That's short. It's going to be a tough play. The throw is not in time. It'll be an infield single on my score sheet for Amaya Collier, who runs very well. Throw was 1 hop to Parrish at first, but I don't think they would have gotten Collier. So she is 4 for 4. 16-game hitting streak. Allows Lydia Kirby to get another at-bat. The DP looks at a called strike at the letters. She turns around quickly. It typically means she did not agree with that. Lydia, the sophomore daughter of Greg and Jennifer Kirby, now down in the count 0-2. Sister to Hannah and Cassie. Hello to Granddaddy and Nanny, as well as Nana in Bowling Green. Sliced over to the right side, and in comes Warren and makes a sliding catch on her seat to retire Kirby for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit in the inning, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Headed to the top of the 5th, and this could be the final inning of today's game. 8-run mercy rule in effect if Lady Pioneers can get 3 outs without Columbia State scoring 8 runs. Take a break and be right back on the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the Vol State Sports Network. Chloe West, Reagan Burleson, and Jaylee Warren to face Laura Walker in her 3rd inning of work. Addie Knoll behind the plate frames that one in there for a strike. And Walker gets ahead 0-2. Columbia State's only struck out once in the game. That was the first batter that Walker faced. In the 3rd, Jaylee Warren. Ground ball foul. Lady Pioneers travel to Jackson, Tennessee tomorrow, and then Friday down to Memphis to take on Southwest before coming back home. Take on Snead State next Monday. I'll carry that here, Lord willing, on the Vol State Sports Network. Not been able to find someone that could broadcast softball on a regular basis. So when I can, I try to get over here. That was grounded, nice diving play by Collier from her knees, makes the throw, but cannot get enough on that to get Chloe West at first base. So a leadoff single here in the top of the 5th. West has reached both times she's come to the plate. She walked in the 2nd. Reagan Burleson will stand in. Lined out to the center fielder in the 2nd. That's the first hit on my score sheet off of Laura Walker. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. Collier gloves, steps on 2nd, throws to 1st, and not in time to get Burleson. Burleson reaches on the fielder's choice. Avery Wright was coming over to cover 2nd, but Collier, with just a little bit of a dance move there, able to step on the base and make the throw all at the same time, but Burleson runs well enough to get there before the throw. Walker steps on one there. It's a little bit high to Warren. So nobody listening in from the Avery Wright family. Don't have any information for her. I don't think I have. Pitch gets in and out of the glove of Knoll on a called strike. Down to 2nd base goes Burleson on the pass ball. Swing and a miss. Who else I don't have the information on? Addie Knoll, our catcher, don't have her grandparents' information. Just inside. Warren might have got a call there. Cheris Nichols. That's it. Avery Wright, Cheris Nichols, and is there somebody else? 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the right side. I think that's it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 15-0. Vol State leads, trying to get the win here in game 2. Ground ball to the hole. Collier's throw to first is up the line. Warren will reach on the air down to third. Goes Burleson. First error of the game by Vol State. Now 1 out and 2 on. Good throw by Collier, and she would have had Warren. Actually, second error of the game. Madison Arrow will have to wait as Christian Linwoods come out and have a chat with his infield. Vol State trying to pick up another shutout over Columbia State. They have shutouts 9 games on the winning side. I think they've only been shut out once. It might have been by Chat State. Let me see. It was Chat State 5-0. Vol State leads the conference in hitting. I believe they're second. Third in pitching in ERA. Actually, they're second to Chat State in ERA coming into today's action. First pitch to Madison Arrow in on the inside corner for a called strike. Vol State looking for a dudette double play or a strikeout here. Arrow is 1 for 2, doubled in the first and grounded out to first in the third. Swing and a miss. Walker ahead 0-2. Don't think they would send Jaylee Warren. Has not been successful in 2 stolen base attempts this year. Arrow fouls that one, just got a piece of that one. She's 1 for 4 today in the doubleheader. One of 2 Lady Chargers from Murfreesboro. Outside. Will Carden at third, Amaya Collier at short, Avery Wright at second, and Lydia Kirby at first. Addie Knoll behind the plate. Kirsten Smith in left, Katie Robinson in center, Kylie Maldonado in right, Laura Walker in the circle. Trying to end this ball game here in the top of the 5th. That's popped up, playable. Willow Carden in fair territory and makes the catch for out number 2. Vol State now an out away from getting the win and the shutout. Jadis Parrish got a couple pop outs into the infield. Steps to the plate as the last hope for the Lady Chargers. Lifts out to center field. Katie Robinson will come on and make the catch for the final out, and this one belongs to the Lady Pioneers. And they get the 4th shutout over Columbia State and win this one 15-0. 15 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for Vol State. They left 4 on base. Columbia State, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and they left 6 on base. The question will be, who do they give the win to? I'm not sure if it's going to be Charis, since she got the start and went 2 innings. Could give Charis the win, and in baseball, I assume it's the same in softball, that you could give a 3-inning save, no matter what the score was when Laura Walker comes in. Or they could just give Laura Walker the win. So I don't know softball well enough to know how they will do this. So I won't hazard a guess is if Laura Walker gets the win, it's her 9th of the year. If it's Charis's, she gets 2 wins on the day. She goes to 13-2. It could be Laura Walker's 2nd save of the year. I don't know what it is, but I know it's the 38th win of the year for Vol State against 10 defeats. Columbia State with an 8-27 record now. They are 7-15 in conference. Vol State gets its 20th win in conference play against 4 losses. So our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game, Amaya Collier, once again, is the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. She went 4 for 4. You know what? We're going to have to go co. Lydia Kirby's going to also be a Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. She picks up 3 hits in 4 plate appearances and drives in 3 runs. Collier drives in 6 runs. They both score 3 times. Lydia Kirby, they may end up being the co-players of the year, if that's possible. And I know it is because it happened in, I believe it happened in basketball. I know offensive player of the year. I think one of those, I think in women's basketball it happened. But 7 hits in 8 plate appearances for the number 3 and number 4 hole hitter. Vol State collected 17 hits on the afternoon. And the 2 leading RBI batters, Vol State picked up 6 and 3 in this game. Collier had 10 on the day. Kirby had 5. Collier now with 81 RBIs. Kirby with 84. And that is tops by about 20 in the conference. Elena Ross came in today with 54 RBIs and 18 home runs. Maya Collier has caught her in the home run category. She had a 3-run, a grand slam in game 1 of the doubleheader, and then it had a 3-run inside the park home run to go along with a couple singles and a double, 3 more RBIs. So 6 total for Maya Collier. Maya Collier and Lydia Kirby are Toyota Gallatin co-players of the game. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Find that one in. Let's go with the book of Acts chapter 2, verse 42. This happens to be the verse for Full Count D groups. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Find that in Acts chapter 2, verse 42. Coming weekend, of course, is Easter. I hope everybody can find time to spend time in worship at their local church, remembering the greatest event in history. That'll do it from Nichols Softball Complex here on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. For the athletic director, Bobby Hudson, and for the superfan, Dr. Wendy Tossenson, president here at Vol State, and for Christian Lynn, the head coach. This is Tim Ray saying God bless you. So long from Gallatin. You've been watching and listening on the Vol State Sports Network.